Hello friends, I welcome you all to the class of English compulsory second year. In the previous class we dealt with outline summary of the essay to youth written by Sardar Bhagat Singh. Today we are going to deal with textual explanation of the essay. This essay was basically written in Hindi under the title Yuvak in 1925. In this essay, Sardar Bhagat Singh has made an appeal to the youth of the nation to come forward and participate in the freedom struggle. He wants them to participate in the freedom struggle of India. At the same time, he feels that it is the age and stage in human life which helps an individual to come forward and take certain hard decisions. Young age is or youth is like spring season in human life. So first of all, let us deal with the text, then we shall have discourse on the text. Youth is the spring season in human life. A person can go berserk during this time. He feels the intoxication of 1,000 bottles. All the powers bestowed by the Creator spring in this time like 1,000 streams. As uncontrollable as an elephant gone amok, as uncontainable as the dark clouds of the monsoon season, as furious as a strong hurricane is an age of annihilation, as tender as jasmine bud of a new spring, as ungovernable as volcano, and as sweet as a morning song in the age of youth. In these lines, Sardar Bhagat Singh has described youth in human life. He has made comparison of youth with different symbols and images. In the very first line of the essay, he says that youth is the spring season in human life. So youth in human life is as good as spring season, and he feels that youth has intoxication of 1,000 bottles. All the powers bestowed by the Creator spring in this time like 1,000 streams. As uncontrollable as elephant gone amok, as uncontainable as the dark clouds of the monsoon season, as furious as strong hurricane in an age of annihilation, as tender as jasmine bud of a new spring, as ungovernable as volcano, and as sweet as morning song in the age of youth. He feels that youth is like spring season in human life. In this stage of human life, an individual has a great strength or intoxication of 1,000 bottles. He further says that youth gives power to the human beings, and he has made comparison of youth with an elephant gone amok. He feels that it is uncontainable as the dark clouds of the monsoon season. Further, he says that youth is like a bud, tender bud of a jasmine flower sprung in the spring season. Further, he says that youth is ungovernable, like a volcano, as sweet as morning song in the age of youth. So he has made comparison of youth with several images such as spring season, with intoxication of 1,000 bottles. He compares youth with the elephant, with volcano, with tender bud and with tender bud of jasmine flower, and further he compares youth with uncontrollable volcano. He says that youth is like a sweet or melodious song sung in the morning, splendor of a radiant dawn, the luster of silken sunset, the sweet warmth of the full moon of autumn, the awful midnight of a hot moonless night in the 6th month of the year are contagious in youth. The season of youth in a human body is like the bomb in the revolutionary's pocket, the loaded revolver under the conspirator's belt, the sword in the hand of a lover of war. God fills in all possible tumult in a skin and bone box from 16 to 25 years. For 10 years, this tumultuous boat tosses in the middle of a tempest. To look at the age of youth appears to be more attractive than the dark, passionate earth, but it is filled with the horror of an earthquake. That is the reason there are only two paths available a human being in youth. He can either ascend the highest peak of progress or fall into the deepest abyss. He can be an ascetic if he wants to, or he can become a philanderer. He can become a devta or angel or a demon. He can destroy the world and he can offer it an assurance of the shelter. The world is ruled by the young. History is full of the exploits of the youth. The youth is the lines on the forehead of the war goddess. The youth is the excited war cry of drums, proclaiming the glory of a free nation. The youth is the top of the banner of victory of freedom. He is as obstinate as the soaring waves of the ocean. He is as dreadful as the first war cry in the Bhishma chapter of the Mahabharata, as ardent as the rich kiss of a first union, as fearless as Ravana's arrogance, as steadfast and unflinching as Prahlad's satyagraha. If you desire a brave man willing to sacrifice himself, ask the youth. It is to his share that the lusciousness of life has fallen. He holds sway over emotions despite being ignorant of poetics. He is a gifted poet. The poet, too, is the honeybee hovering over the secrets of his heart. He doesn't know the definition of the rasas, but has a truly insightful understanding of it. The youth is a special problem of creation. He is an excellent example of the glory of God's creation. He can sit for hours by the banks of a river at sunset. He can go on gazing enchanted at the sun journeying with its crimson rays towards the horizon. He becomes immersed in the soft melody wafting across from beyond. Strange is his life, marvelous is his courage, unfailing is his enthusiasm. He is free of worries, he is careful. If he gets involved in something to keep awake the entire night, a child's play to him. The sunlight is a summer afternoon is the moonlight of a spring for him. The rains in the monsoons are showers of flowers in celebration, but the stillness of the cremation grounds is the warbling of birds in a garden. If he desires, he can enlighten society and the community, keep the honor of the country, brighten the face of the nation, and even overset big imperial powers. The upliftment of the downtrodden and the redemption of the world are in his hands. He is the most skilled player of this vast stage of this world. If the sacrifice of blood is needed, who but a youth can give it? If you want a sacrifice, then you will have to look to a youth for it. It is a youth who is the shaper of the destiny of any community. A Western scholar has rightly said, it is an established tourism that young men of today are the countrymen of tomorrow. Holding in their hands the high destines of the land, they are the seeds that spring and bear fruit. It means that the youth of today is the maker of a country's destiny. The young are the seeds of the success of future. So dear students, for our convenience, we have divided this text into two sections. We have come across the first section and let us deal with its meaning. In this section, in this part of the essay, Sardar Bhagat Singh has appreciated youthful age from 16 to 25, and he feels that this age is the only great weapon in the hands of the youth by which he or she can turn it into paradise. Youth is the spring of life when everybody can endeavor the fragrance of the grand action towards the victorious life. The youth intoxicates human life and renovate human vigor into genuine creative powers. It is the jasmine episode of human existence which adores the universe with volcanic power of the novel, innovative dreams. The youth is the grandeur of the glowing dawn of life which gleams the dark night into gorgeous, glossy sunrise. It is the age like the bomb or loaded revolver or sword in the hands of a lover of war, and it depends on the users how and where to use its control. The life from 16 to 25 is the skin and bone box which everybody has to alter from turmoil into serene life. It is a great chapter of life where our boat is in the center of the thunderstorm or tempest, and everyone has to control and negotiate with the futuristic vision of the lighthouse life. There are only two options available to the youth, whether he or she has to venture for the triumph or fall into the valley of the chasm. It depends on the youth if they want to build the life as an ascetic or angel, or to destroy the life as an sensualist or demon. The youthhood is the splendor of the free nation and the sign of the victorious freedom. It is the stubborn and towering waves of the tidy ocean. The youthful life is like the Bhishma's oath chapter in Mahabharata, or Ravana's valiant arrogance, or Prahlad's determined satyagraha for the concrete ambition of the life. It can be the first lesson of the sacrificed ideal life. Every youth is an exceptional poet of the beautiful life who can create and sing the song for the new horizons by unlocking the brave young heart. Youth is the grandeur of God's creation by which the world can experience the melodious songs and seraise waves on the new panorama of the splendid and fired life. The youth life is free from all worries of life, and he or she can enjoy flowering spring birds' life. Every youth can live for the upliftment of the society, or work for the oppressed people, or play the expertise role on the vast stage of the universe. The sky is limit for every youth of the world. Further, he says that The youth must learn the consequence or output of the sacrifice for building the nation. The revolutionary ideas must run through the veins of every youth of India. This is what Sardar Bhagat Singh expects. Instead of misleading the life, the Indian youth must learn from the Japanese youth, who are insistently determined for building their nation. The fire of patriotism must be burned within every youth's mind and heart. And it is the youth in human life which helps human beings to come forward and sacrifice for the sake of the country. Bhagat Singh says that when the blood is needed, it can be given by the youth. When sacrifice is needed, sacrifice can be made by the youth. When participation in the struggle is needed, it can be done by the youth. Therefore, youth in human life is like a spring season. Dear students, let us stop here. In the next class, we shall deal with rest of the textual explanation of the essay to youth written by Sardar Bhagat Singh. With this, I would like to stop here. Thank you very much.